About 100 years ago, a group of serious-minded men began gathering at the Hazelwood restaurant to talk about the state of Portland. They weren't a lunch club, they hated lunch clubs. Although they did like lunch because who doesn't like lunch? They weren't interested in backslapping and rounds of "for he's a jolly good fellow." The mayor had been recalled twice. The city was in crisis. They wanted change, and they felt their voices weren't being heard. "No mossbacks or drones were wanted," said Delbert A. Norton, one of the club's founders. Everyone was to work. It was never to deteriorate into a tool for special interests. Neither politics nor money were to control youth and ability. Character, intelligence, training, civic-mindedness, and a desire to help the community were wanted and fostered. So they worked. They set about assembling a library of information related to all phases of civic life. No, really, it's in the bylaws. From oleomargarine to the Roosevelt Bird Refuge, City Club took a stand. We studied traffic, taxes, bridges, something called the badge question. Did you know there was a milk committee? Over the years, the work and the wins piled up. A 1945 report led to the creation of Forest Park. A 1948 expose of law enforcement cost Mayor Riley the election. And ever determined, we reported on fluoridation. In 1955, and again in 1962, and 1976, 1980, 2002, and 2013. City Club can be stubborn, but it's also not afraid to admit when it's wrong and do what's right in the end. In 1973, after 3 years of protests, the club finally admitted women. Some men quit the club then, but today there's no doubt that diversity has made City Club a stronger voice for change. For more than a century, City Club has served Portland faithfully, and today we're as scrappy as ever.
In the early 70s, my father quit the City Club because they made a decision to allow women in. City Club moved on, and my father did not.
100 years is 100 years, and to see what City Club has evolved through over those 100 years is impressive, that it's still here and that it's more vibrant than ever. As a member of the Civic Scholars Committee, student voice, it is important and that we want to hear it. And I think you're seeing that movement actually happen across the nation right now.
It really teaches me about our local climate, going on in our neighborhoods and our cities, and how to take action so that I can make this city a better place.
Right now we're in this moment, I think, of transformation as a club. Now we're bringing networks of people together who don't look the same. Networks of people together who aren't from the same neighborhoods. Networks of people together who have different ideas and philosophies, and that's the whole premise of having a club that's about civic engagement.
City Club can offer a platform for the community to engage in dialogue, not bringing an agenda to the table, but rather its agenda is the civil discourse and the opportunity for people of differing opinions to come together and discuss those issues.
People who are committed to making their community better. And that's the sort of common denominator of City Club members that I've encountered over the years.
It would birth a new generation of leaders. So to me, that means seeing folks from many different socioeconomic backgrounds, seeing more people of color in leadership, seeing more women in leadership.
We started as an organization that wanted to engage community in making Portland better, and that's what we need to do again.
I have some younger friends, some millennials, and I love hearing their opinion on things because it's different from mine.
One of the things that inspired me to become a member is actually coming to City Club events and not seeing very many people that were like me. There's not very many younger women, so I can be part of the change and the influence.
I think we influence what is happening, the conversations that take place throughout the state of Oregon. Portland is made up of many of us that came from different rural communities throughout the state. And we do have a perspective that is unique, and I think it's important that we pay attention to that.
How we're going to connect to the new Portland. Change only happens when everybody's involved and they figure out how to work together in a collaborative way.
It's like its own kind of neighborhood without any boundaries.
The City Club now is more important than ever. It just opened my eyes to the possibilities
What City Club means to me is really being engaged.
Continuing education.
Conversation.
Collaboration.
A collective voice.
Community.
It means people.